everyone. Thank you for tuning in tonight. Tonight, we are talking to Ian Corrigan about the festival of Starwood. Starwood is going to be our last festival that we'll be talking about for the summer. And hopefully, we'll get some information. And I'm looking forward to it because everybody loves a good festival. So, Ian, thank you for joining us.
You're very welcome. It's great to be here.
So Starwood has been going on for a long time. I mean, I've heard about it for, oh gosh, years. So, how long has it been going on?
This year will be Starwood 45, the 45th Starwood Festival, interrupted only by one fully virtual year in 2020, and a sort of and a somewhat provisional year in 2021, where we did it under COVID rules still, but we were alive. But yeah, 1981, the festival was founded after a number of us came home from the pagan spirit, rather from Pan-Pagan Festival 1980. We came home and said, hey, we could do that, and undertook to have a festival. So that first year was maybe 200 people, and at our height in the 90s, the event reached 11 or 1,200, 1,300 people, without exaggeration. And now, after some changes and after COVID, and as we regrow, Starwood usually hosts 700 to 800 guests on the ground. So it is a big event, as pagan festivals go, and therefore there is an awful lot to do.
Wow. I have heard about it for years and years. And the presenters that you have had over the past years and stuff is, awesome. So who is presenting this year at Starwood?
Let's see. This year, in the kind of names you'll know, I mean, the short answer is about 70 or 80 speakers will be presenting at Starwood. Many of them community members. We bring in notable guests, but we also make a lot of room for community workshops and opportunities for people to teach. In the names you may know, we are this year welcoming Alaric Albertson, an author on Saxon and runic magic. Byron Ballard will be there, touring behind her new Feral Church book. Donnie Sargent from California, who is the author of, look him up. He is an author of a variety of occult and kind of anthropological occult studies, and he'll be doing werewolf magic for us. Who else? Oberon Zell is a regular. We have welcomed him for many, many years. Ken Day, the name you may or may not know. He's pretty well known in this part of the world. Teaches modern, he calls it post-tribal shamanism. Louis Martinet from the New Orleans Voodoo Temple, and Black Moon Publishing, and North American Thelema. A lot of people know Louis. We'll be there doing a voodoo, a midnight voodoo ceremony for us in the New Orleans style, and teaching about Dr. John Montanet, the ancestral spirit that he has been doing a lot of work with. I don't know if you know the name Mortellus yet. Um,
Not quite, no.
she is writing mainly on ancestor and even necromantic topics. Her book, The Bones Fall in a Spiral, was very popular. It still is very popular. Came out last year.
Mm-hmm.
Still notable this year. So the list goes on, you see. um, Folks who will be there. I'm just trying to see if there's anybody especially notable that I missed. Maybe not. If I do, they'll come back to me. Musically, this year, most of our music, I don't have any like big surprise. Back in the day, we had bands like Big Brother and the Holding Company, and Merle Saunders, and but that was back when the event was very large and we had rather a lot of money. But just to say so, when Starwood has a lot of money, that means we spend it on big names and making the program bigger. That's the only thing we do Starwood for. Nobody makes Starwood is a run by the Rosen Comet Project, a 501c3 not-for-profit organization. But and we do it only to do it. Nobody's making any money on it. We've all done it together for nearly 50 years, and we're going to keep doing it that way. But we have upwards of 20 musical acts on 2 stages. We have concerts every night, Tuesday through Saturday, and on the main stage, which gets brighter and fancier each night as we go along and bring in the lights and sounds. And then Wisteria Campground in southeastern Ohio, where we host Starwood, has down in a glade, they have the Green Man Tavern, which is a lovely environment where they actually serve the local microbrew. They're from Ohio, from Athens, Ohio is the home of Ohio University, a fairly sophisticated college town for the country there in southeastern Ohio, and they have some lovely brewers, and we've had some excellent homebrew ale at the Green Man, where we have our second musical stage, doing acoustic acts and smaller stuff all week long for happy hour and then midnight shows. So Starwood really lights up after dark. We are very much an overnight event for people who like that sort of thing. Program kind of, I don't know. Some nights there's too much to do at midnight, in my opinion.
And so it's a big camping, right?
It is supported camping, porta-sand toilets, good, reliable hot showers, but no flush toilet on the site. There's only chemical toilets. But you mentioned food. Starwood, being the size that it is, does not have a food plan per se. Wisteria operates a kitchen in Cafina's cafe, and it varies from year to year as they get different operators. It's possible to buy plans from them some years, but there's always meals a la carte at Cafina's, and usually, depending on the year, 1 to 3 food trucks offering everything from falafel sandwiches to ice cream, depending on who's come any given year.
And tacos. It has to have a taco truck.
Yeah, we've had tacos. I was really happy to see the falafel, I want to tell you, but I don't think we've had a taco truck. We would take one if you know one who wants to come in. It's a bit of a challenge to get a food truck down the hill into Wisteria. Wisteria Campground, close to, now the town name is escaping me. It's down in southeastern Ohio, not far from maybe a half an hour from the city of Athens. Held on a multi-hundred acre nature preserve site with a festival site in the middle of it, a 200-acre festival site in the middle of it, and managed and created by former Starwood alumni years ago now. So we were very happy to move back there about 15 years ago. I have a little video that one of our folks had created several years ago that kind of gives a good, commercial for Starwood. May I play it?
Yeah, because if you can play it, because it's on the site, I think.
I have it right here.
Okay.
So now I will just play this 6-minute video or so.
Okay.
I'm in it, not maybe to anyone's benefit, but here it goes. Will we see it on this screen?
So I don't know. Maybe I can do, if it's on the page, I might be able to bring it up.
I don't know what you mean. I thought we were going to play it here.
So let me just grab it real fast, okay? Let me just put myself on mute for just a second, and I will. Okay. Okay, I'm going to share my screen. And let's see if I can show this. Let's see. Okay, there we go. Okay, hang on. Oh, doesn't want the sound to come on.
And that's the end of the video.
Here we go. Wow, awesome. That video really wants you, it really shake things up, when it kind of start to move your hips and everything, the drumming. It was awesome video, really awesome. So, and that was the first time I even share anything. So hey, yay me. So, but yeah, that is really awesome. I mean, it looks. Oh my gosh, it looks really fun.
That
Um,
may not even be the video I was looking for.
it's like you don't want to leave. It's like once you're there, you probably just want to stay there. And that's mostly like with with a lot of festivals because you meet new friends and you just want to stay in the moment because you kind of
Absolutely right. Um,
yeah. So,
you know, some modern music festivals or EDM shows or things like that in the woods are charging a ticket to show up for the night
mhm.
and rave out and then go home. But that's not what Starwood is. Starwood is an intentional village where we hope that most of our guests will come on Tuesday and stay through Saturday and leave Sunday or Monday. And the ticket goes through Monday, incidentally, if you can't get out of your bunk on Sunday after the bonfire. Uh, so the goal then is to really create an intentional village of people who have lived together and eaten together and worked together for days when we finally come together at the big fire for our tribal blow off at the end of the week. So it's a very different feel from many kinds of music shows. It's even though it's 700 or 800 people, it's intimate,
Mhm.
and you have the opportunity to get to know people and actually make connections in a way that you can't do at a more commercial setting. Um, Let me just look at a different document here to remind me what to talk to you about because there's so much. Um,
Well, we covered, yeah, we covered a big deal. How about is it kids friendly? Does it have a lot of kids activities?
yes, it is kid friendly without being adult restrictive.
Okay.
Um, it's a clothing optional event.
Hmm.
Um, and that's how we live. There's not really, you know, there's less nudity than you'd expect at something called a clothing optional event. But if you have to walk from the shower to your tent with all your parts out, you're allowed. If you have to get out of your tent in the morning before you pull your pants on, you're allowed to do that. Uh, so convenience nudity is very convenient actually when you're camping, and some people enjoy display nudity and that kind of thing, but it's
Yeah.
not common. But in
Mhm.
terms of, so we're all about that with kids. Many of our kids were raised around Starwood. My children, they're 45 now,
So it's
uh,
fine.
were raised around Starwood, and I don't think anyone's ever been harmed
Yeah.
by uh,
Yeah. I
adult
raised
nudity.
my kids around pagan events for over 30 years, and my kids, they saw it all. They, they
Then
experienced,
we go to see it all.
like, two guys kissing, two women kissing, a whole people just kissing, holding hands. Um, they saw plenty of naked bodies, everything, and um, you know, they're so. I think going to a pagan event as a family kind of makes a family very open and free and everything, where they accept. It learns the kids to accept everything and
I
everyone.
agree. I agree.
I,
And
I'm
more specifically about Starwood, we run a co-op childcare uh, system throughout the program week, Wednesday through midday Saturday. I think they close for good at like 1 o'clock on Saturday in preparation for the bonfire. But each day and I don't always know all the details about childcare. It's been a long time since I was adjacent. Um, but every day from, say, 10 o'clock till 4 or 5 o'clock, there is co-op childcare in a supervised environment with program and snacks. And of course, we ask for parental involvement. With that co-op means we're going to ask parents to take a shift as childminders in the system. But we try to maintain a nearly professional ratio of adult handlers to children present. And I don't remember what that is, 1 to 3 or something like that. But the kids are well managed and have always been safe. Never had an incident in all these years of offering children's programs. So, like I say, Starwood is a family friendly. Absolutely, families grow up at Starwood, and children form friendships that last them the rest of their lives. The way I put that, when I think of my upbringing and I talk about kids coming to Starwood, I have a very simple, basic message. Church camp is different for some kids.
Yeah, that's for sure. I know my kids never had any complaints about. I mean, they was always excited about which event we're going to go to, what we're going to
Right,
be doing,
right,
and
right.
since my husband and I was involved in so many events here, like the weekend events in Iowa, they they have, like you said, long relationships with their friends.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I mean, my kids would say, "Oh, so and so is getting married." I was like, "Oh," so they get really excited about that, knowing that they have that friendship and that they on Facebook they connect with them, even with the parents.
Homegrown.
So yeah, and it's a family. It's you become a family over the years, and it's
Correct.
like you kind of plan on this one vacation to be with your friends. And yeah, I recommend going to an event, no matter which event it is, just to go to one because of the relationship you get with different people. You make friends, they have kids and you have kids and they make friends
Absolutely.
and they grow up together.
And if you're pagan and interested in, without pretension, interested in pagan spiritual experience, uh, the opportunity to do ritual work and especially ritual work with larger groups of people, sometimes even large groups of people,
Yeah.
um, is something you just can't get at home in a lot of cases. It's it's an opportunity you can't get at home. Starwood is not a pagan festival in the sense of being a pagan religious retreat.
Right.
Starwood is an alternative festival, an arts and music festival with a strong concentration on neo-paganism and Western occultism, and a
Mhm.
minor concentration in everybody else's occultism when we could get teachers that we could trust. But it's
Yeah.
not easy. But nevertheless, we provide a lot of opportunity for pagan spiritual work.
Mhm.
Let's see. Let me give you some examples of that. Just looking at my schedule here. Um, on on Thursday evening. On Thursday, we will have a candle labyrinth set up in the stone circle field. It'll be set up for one night only, and it will be a very large candle labyrinth, usually accompanied by a harper and a lovely opportunity. Probably the quietest thing we do all week. It's a lovely opportunity for a quiet meditative walk to some gentle music through the turns of a traditional labyrinth.
Mm-hmm.
On There are small rituals and workings throughout the day in various workshop sites. Mortellus is doing on Wednesday night. Mortellus is doing a guided journey to the underworld called Meeting Death. She'll be doing that at 11, and then at just as an example of overnight, incidentally, on Wednesday night, there will be a hafla, which is a Middle Eastern music and dance, Middle Eastern style music and dance jam.
Oh.
And that will actually start around midnight and go as long as they can get away with it. So we'll see how that goes. Like I say, too many things to do at midnight. On Tuesday midnight, we will have a Lilith and Lucifer ritual in the Stone Circle.
Oh, wow.
That's new, but we'll see how it goes. I expect it to be. I know who the presenters are. It should be very very interesting. And on Friday night, I'm doing these out of order because I'm confused apparently. On Friday night, the midnight ritual is Louis Martinet's voodoo drumming ritual. Taken by Spirit, conjuring Dr. John. So that will go on Friday evening, and of course, Saturday evening is the big bonfire.
Of course, you got to make a big dance off on Saturday. For everybody to.
Well, it's a big dance off. 20 foot tall fire, and a weird time will be had by all.
And the event is July 15th through the 21st, correct?
Yeah, because the July 4th. Oh, I'm on the wrong month here. Because the July 4th holiday is so close to the previous weekend, we are a week later than we usually are this year. So yes, we're the 15th through 21st. Program is really the 15th through the 20th. Closing circle will be mid-afternoon Sunday, and then but the ticket, as I say, the ticket is good through Monday. Many people leave Sunday to get home, but if you have a big camp and need 2 days to pack up, or don't care to get out of bed after the bonfire till sunset on Sunday, your ticket is good through Monday. Let's see.
That's just fantastic because, you talking about, Starwood, make me miss the events, because
it's time to go back.
There's so much that if nobody's never been to an event, they're missing out. They're really, really missing out.
That is correct.
There's education, there's friendships, and this a lot of stuff to do, and peacefulness too as well. Unplug, no mundane.
Yeah, as I always say, a big event like Starwood with 8 to 12 things to do in every time slot during the day.
Mm-hmm.
Is a menu-driven event. You can have pretty much any kind of a Starwood you like, nearly. Mm-hmm. If you want an arts and music Starwood, we've got a track of workshops on musical performance, on singing, on drumming. We have our creation station, which is a fully equipped crafting bar, where there will be daytime, there will be program throughout each day for various handicraft projects and fun of that kind. So if you want an arts and music event, we got that. If you want a pagan spiritual retreat, we have plenty of material to choose from there. If you want an alternative spiritual retreat involving entheogens and psychoactives, we've got a pretty good list there. Um, it's very various, let me say.
Yes.
And you can't do everything. Well, people say, well, how can I do all this? And we say, come more years.
Yeah, I
Come
agree.
back next year and do the
Yes.
stuff you didn't get to do.
Yes, I pretty much agree because I think when we go to an event, it's like, oh, I want to do this, I want to do that, and it's just like this not many hours in the day that you want to do it all. You just want to stay up 24/7, 7 days a week, just to finish everything.
And
Because,
really try.
but Ian, thank you so much.
you,
Any last words you want to say about Starwood?
um, it is time to get your ticket. There will be a closing of registration sometime around the beginning of July.
Okay.
Um, After which you will be subject to the at the door cost. We are still below. I don't remember the numbers specifically. We uh, we are still below the at the door cost if you register now, and we want you to come to Starwood.
Yes, most definitely. Um, except for me, I won't be
So
there.
thank you very much. Thank you very much for the opportunity to come on and plug our pet event.
Oh, most definitely, all the events that we have podcasts, it's just like I'm thinking if I had to choose one, I can't. It's all good. Every single one of them. So for the audience, I really encourage you to take your family to Starwood or to any events that's near you. I mean, I know everybody says, oh, budget, 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 but it's good money to spend for a really good time and just to be with the universe in one love. It's awesome.
I
So,
agree. That's
but
very well said. And thank
yes.
you again for the opportunity, Chrissy.
Oh, you're welcome. Just stay on for a couple of minutes and we will end the live and listen, tell everybody thank you, subscribe, share, and like, and go to an event, please. Blessings.